Good morning, good afternoon. I'm Matt, and you've reached King Triton's Tribe. Today, I'm going to do a message on how the DF should treat the DM. It's kind of the role reversal. I did this same type of video on Mother's Day, but in the aspect of how the DM should be treating the DF. Today, we're going to do how the DF should be treating the DM. But first, I have a couple announcements. I haven't done a video in about 10 days. So I just wanted to thank all my subscribers and all the people that's visited my channel. You know, my channel wouldn't exist without you guys. And, you know, I just, I'm just so appreciative of all the love, light, and support that you guys have given my channel. I mean, I came a long way. I never even thought that I would get more than 20 subscribers. And, you know, now I'm at like 3,500 plus subscribers. And not that I really care, because my whole goal, and it still is my goal, is as long as I help one person, that's all that matters. And you know, I guess that's just tribute to my work, and you know, the work of the divine has actually allowed me to be the messenger that I am and give you guys these messages. But so I just, you know, thank you for subscribing to my channel. All the likes, shares, comments, even dislikes. The dislikes actually help my channel too, the analytics on YouTube, and it helps promote my my videos to those that need to actually see it. So, you know, I appreciate that too. So, also, if you're interested in energy donations, it will be at the bottom of the description of this video and in the about section, along with if you're interested in a coaching session with me. That's also, you can schedule it through Instago, which will be listed at the bottom of the description of this video and in the about section. And then this Thursday I will be doing a date night with King Trident at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That will be 1 a.m. UK time, because I have a lot of UK subscribers. So 1 a.m. UK time. Other than that, I just want to take a minute to wish all the fathers, you know, happy Father's Day. You know, to me, there's a big difference between being a dad and being a father. You know, a father is somebody that actually embodies responsibility of their kids. And, you know, you might not be, you know, I don't know what makes you the father of the year award or any of that stuff, because honestly, awards don't matter to me at all. But I think just being there for your kids, being that fatherly influence, is man, tributes, because there's a lot of kids that go without having moms and dads in their lives. But and it's really difficult being a parent. And you know, I'm a father. I have 3 kids, and you know, that's the most, I would say that was the best thing that's ever happened to me. And the most difficult challenges probably came from being a parent. So, but just as I learned from nature, I learned from my own kids, and hopefully they learn from me. You know, but I really appreciate being a dad. And so thank you guys, all you dads out there, all you fathers out there. And so we'll move on to the message. I know the impatient people are like, will you please timestamp this video? So how the DF should treat the DM. As I said before, on Mother's Day I did a video on how the DM should treat the DF, but now we're going to do role reversal. So this video is for the DMs, or people that embodies the DM energy. Now I just want to clarify, so it's a lot easier for me to say him and she, and because it's how it relates to me, but you take that as it resonates within your situation. It doesn't mean that it has to be physically a male or a female. Like I said, first and foremost, the DF needs to be receptive in every aspect. And when I say receptive, that means receptive in communication, because I always get comments, or I get questions on why isn't a DM reaching out to me, you know. But what we need to do is we really need to focus on ourselves, and what kind of energy are we putting out into the world? What kind of energy are we putting out to your divine masculine? You know, because they can feel that energy. So if you're putting out an energy, let's say, and I know some people disagree with me on this, but that's fine. The Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is standoffish. She got her sword raised. She's on the defense. And you know what? If you make the wrong move, she's going to cut you. And, you know, if you're embodying that type of energy, the divine masculine is just going to be, you know, standoffish, and he's not going to want to come in. He's probably not going to want to risk getting cut. So we need to really focus on what type of energy are we putting out. What type of energy is the divine masculine feeling from us? So receptive in communication and receptive physically as well as mentally. You know, you need to be mentally ready for communication. Some people say that they are ready for communication, but when deep down inside, they're not really ready for communication, because as soon as that divine masculine comes in, it starts triggering something, and then you're back in the same situation where you're not in communication, you're in separation, and it just starts over again until you work on yourself and get to that 80-90 percentile of healing, deliberate development, and self-improvement. Those type of situations are going to just keep happening. The fact is that physically a woman was created to receive a man. I mean, that's just when you go through the science, you know, sexuality, the woman is there to receive the man. So a king wants his queen to be submissive and receptive. And when I say that, that doesn't mean that, you know, that a king is above a queen. You are equals, but, you know, there's not one man that does not like his woman to be submissive and receptive. And, you know, it's his job to make you feel comfortable and make you feel safe, to be able to get to the point of being submissive and receptive. But that is an aspect that as a queen, you know, you want to be submissive and receptive. The DF is the nurturer and should be expressed in every aspect. You know, that because both of those traits are submissive, receptive, and nurturing is a balance of energy within you and within your DM. You know, that's you know, a mom is nurturing. You know, when you grow up, your mom is nurturing you and, you know, taking care of you. And so, you know, I'm not saying that you need to be a mom to your divine masculine, but, you know, the divine masculine likes whenever the divine feminine goes out of her way to acknowledge him in a nurturing aspect and take care of him in certain ways. You know, I don't mean hanging all over him and all that stuff, but I mean, like, hey, man, you know, acts of kindness, like, you know, making dinner and taking him his dinner, just as an example. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but those are the type of things that any man likes. I mean, you know, it shows that you're thinking about him and that you're wanting to take care of him, and you know, that just helps balance out the energy. Because DMs are goal oriented and about mission and accomplishment. So all traits are equally important and needed to balance yours as well as theirs, their energies and your energies. So let's discuss dates and interaction with the DM. I mean with the DM. DS, you should express sincere appreciation. I mean, you know, no game playing. Let's put it that way. No game playing. You know, your divine masculine, when your divine masculine finally asks you out, he don't want you to like beat around the bush. You know, if he asks you out and you say, well, I don't know, you know, come on, man, let's get down to it. A place, time, and date. You know, I'm a very busy person. I know that most people are, and so let's just get down to it. I mean, if you're not available that day, then what shows that you are interested is by suggesting another day and another time. So let's don't you know, if you want communication from your divine masculine, don't jerk him around. So, and you also need to express sincere not only appreciation, but be receptive to their love. You know, you need to be able to receive as well as give love. And when communicating, be polite and respectful. You know, I've been around, you know, some people that are just, I'm just like, man, you know, who would ever want to go out with you? I mean, if you talking to them that way, you want to make sure that, you know, when they hold the door for you, you thank them, you know, you are appreciative for the little gestures that they're doing for you. Being a gentleman is something that they need to do, but, you know, it's always great to see appreciation. And remove all expectations, you know, in every aspect, embody unconditional love. You know, don't go into a situation with expectations, because that just puts pressure on the connection and on the date. You don't want to have expectations. Just go out and have fun. Just go out and have fun. And support your DM. Be the lioness to the lion. And you know how I love to learn from nature. So both are equal, but a powerful fighting force together. And they have each other's back always. It doesn't matter if, you know, maybe for some reason, you know, the lioness and the lion are not getting along that day. You know what? If some jackals come in, man, they're gonna be tearing their butts up, man. Those jackals ain't gonna be, it doesn't matter. If the jackals jump on the lioness gonna be right there and tearing them up. And that's what you need to learn is, you know, you're gonna have disagreements. You're not always gonna agree on everything. If you agreed on everything, then your relationship would be boring. So, you know, even when you disagree, you need to make sure that you have each other's backs. Don't leave an opening for darkness or any other entities to come in and destroy your relationship or your connection. Establishing a firm foundation is essential and needed by both. So as you can see, most of what I'm sharing is very simple, but difficult for a lot of people. The simple things are often the most difficult. Just like unconditional love. That's very difficult for some people, but it's a very simple concept. And I'm not saying that to anyone particular, because those are things that I also have to learn. So like when you're driving people, they want to run you over, or and you're in a grocery store, the same. You know, people are like in a hurry to get places and they run you over. And if you say "excuse me," some people will look at you like you've cursed them out. I know that whenever I was like in Walmart, and you know, I was raised in the South, so we were always. I mean, I had manners beaten into me. So I go down the aisle, and you know, two ladies are talking. And, you know, they're in the middle of the aisle, I can't get around. So I'm like, you know, excuse me, ma'am, you know, and they just like look at me like, oh, no, you didn't. I'm like, oh, yeah, I did, Linda. But, you know, that's the type of thing. So like, you know, having manners is very important. So like manners to your DM and manners to people around you, because a lot can be shown about a person by how they treat people. To include, like, one of my biggest things is watching people around the wait staff. If you go to a restaurant, you know, how you treat those people is probably how you will treat other people in your life. And so, you know, you always want to be appreciative. You always want to have manners, even whenever things are not going your way. There's times where, you know, the wait staff might not be up to par, but there's a way to handle things and there's a way not to handle things. So simple is always better. Simple is better because life is simple. But humans complicate life. Most DMs want nothing more than these traits. And I'm going to list 8 traits. There's probably more. But these are 8 traits that, you know, that as a DF you should be embodying. And I'm not talking about, this is what each divine masculine expects in a relationship, because his personal expectations are different. This is just normal, you know, manners and things that you should be doing anyway, but I'm going to list them out. So let's start off with DMs want to be supported, because loyalty to me is at the highest pinnacle. If you're not a loyal person, well, loyalty, when you're not loyal, it destroys everything else, because now you don't have trust, and now your communication goes up. Pretty much you just destroyed the foundation. You need to be able to receive and give love. Not one more than the other. You need to be able to do them equally. It's a balancing of energies. You need to be trusted. You need to be polite, nurturing, appreciative, and express when the DM is wrong. Now, there's a right and wrong way to approach that too. You don't want to go up there with all guns, flaring and, ready to take his head off. You can go up to him and approach him in a very adult manner, and just say, hey, you did this or you said this, but this is not right. Explain it in however you can, but just do it in a compassionate way, not guns blazing. And just be at home. Whenever I think about, the divine feminine, I think of them as like being home. Like whenever I would go to my mom's house or go to my grandma's house, that I felt comforted, and it was a homely feeling, and it was a peaceful environment. And that's kind of what, you as a divine feminine, that's what the DMs want, and a lot of times you guys do that naturally, but there's some times where some cases where it's more difficult than others. That's why I'm saying the most simple things sometimes are the most difficult, because a lot of times we're not conscious about things, and being conscious is very important as humans. We have the ability to go through life consciously, but we also have the ability to just go through unconsciously and rely on habits. Habits is is doing things unconsciously. We want to do things consciously. We want to know, the air we're breathing. We want to know the food we're eating. We want to know who we're talking to. We want to know what we're saying. You want to always be aware of everything that you're doing and know why you're doing it. So as I said, these are 8 traits of how the DF should treat the DM. As he should treat you as a queen, you should provide the same respect to him and treat him as a king. And just remember this. This is a quote that somebody told me. I can't remember who it was, but basically it's, to get respect, you must give respect. And it's your connection is very beautiful connection from God, and should always be treated in such a way that is equal to how sacred and special it is. Last but not least, protection is a must at all times. I cannot express this enough. Protecting your connection is crucial, because people always want to come in and they always want to give you their opinions. They always want to say, well, why isn't he doing this, or why she ain't doing this, And I mean, you know what? You don't need that. You want to go through life protecting your sacred connection and not worrying about what the noise is saying. Block the noise out, protect your connection. Do not let any kind of darkness or malicious activities enter into your connection. And no matter if you disagree with each other, you should always have each other's back. Like the lioness and the lion, the king and the queen. So I know this was a more of a shorter video, but basically a lot of these concepts are very simple. And I think simple is always better. We don't need to complicate things. This is not a complicated connection. Even though it seems like at times it's very complicated, it's not a complicated connection. We make it complicated. Humans make a lot of things complicated. And but I just want to also say that I know that right now, you know, energy seems to be a little bit high, and there's still twins coming into union. And, you know, if you're not having any kind of communication, just chill out. Chill out with the cool cat down the road, and let things unfold. Work on yourself. Concentrate on yourself. Pull your energy in and focus on you. And if you do that, you know, everything else will take care of itself. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching my video and all the love and light support, as I mentioned at the beginning of my video. And, you know, I hope you guys have an awesome week. I know you will. And I look forward to seeing you at my live event on Thursday. So just remember the 3 most important things in life: peace, love, and happiness.